All right, welcome. If you're studying for your exams and really need to nail down the difference between engineering as a discipline versus a profession, you are in exactly the right place. We're going to break it all down so it's super clear. Let's get into it. So here's our game plan. First, we'll lock in a solid definition. Then we'll explore the discipline. That's the stuff you're learning right now. After that, we'll switch over to the profession, what you're actually aiming to do for a career. We'll put them head to head to see the differences, and then we'll wrap it all up by looking at what makes a complete modern engineer.
First things first, we need a solid foundation. Any great exam answer has to start with a perfect definition, so let's get this one right.
Okay, the best way to think about engineering is as a kind of bridge. On one side, you've got the world of pure science, math, and physics. On the other side, you've got all the needs of humanity. Engineering is the bridge that connects them, using innovation to create real, tangible solutions. This single idea shows you it's both a field of study and a professional career path.
Now let's dive into that first pillar, the discipline. For pretty much all of you watching, this is the world you're living and breathing right now. It's the academic side of things where you're building all that fundamental knowledge.
To put it as simply as possible, the discipline is what you learn. It's all that structured knowledge from your textbooks, your lectures, your labs, all the theories, the core principles, and the fundamental equations that explain the why behind all the work engineers do. And these 6 components right here, these are literally the building blocks of your entire engineering education. Think about it like a journey. You start with that scientific foundation, the basic laws of nature. Then you learn to use math as a powerful tool to model and predict things. Then you start thinking like an engineer with design thinking. From there, you dive deep into your specialty, whether it's civil, electrical, or something else. You validate all those theories with real experiments and data. And finally, you learn to push the boundaries through innovation and research. This whole process, that's the core of your training in the discipline. So to wrap up the discipline for your exam notes, just remember these 4 key characteristics. It pulls from tons of different fields. It is absolutely built on a foundation of math and science. It's all about design and analysis. And the learning never really stops. All right, let's switch gears. We're moving out of the classroom and into the real world. This is the second pillar, engineering as a profession, where all that knowledge actually gets put to the test. So if the discipline is what you learn, the profession is what you do. It's taking all of that structured knowledge and using it to design, build, and maintain the actual systems and infrastructure that society completely depends on every single day. And this is where the stakes get so much higher. See, the profession adds these huge critical layers on top of just knowing the material. You now have a responsibility to the public. You have to follow a strict code of ethics where safety is always number one. And you have legal accountability through things like licensure. It's not just about getting the right answer in a homework problem anymore. It's about working in a team and committing to learning for your entire career to protect the public.
This example right here just perfectly shows you the weight of the profession. We are way past the textbook now. A professional engineer's decisions on a building design aren't just for a grade. They have real-world consequences where public safety is everything. People's lives are literally on the line. And that responsibility leads us straight to licensure. A credential like a professional engineer or PE license isn't just a fancy title for your email signature. It's legal proof that you are competent. It often takes years of real-world experience and passing some really tough exams. It's a system that guarantees the person signing off on a public bridge design is absolutely qualified to protect public safety. For many engineering jobs, this is completely non-negotiable. And let's look at a few more real-world examples. A civil engineer making sure a flyover won't collapse. A software engineer building a banking app so your money is safe. A chemical engineer making sure medicines are pure and effective. In every single one of these cases, the profession is directly serving and protecting society. Okay, this is it. This is the section you're gonna want to bookmark for your exam revision. Let's put the discipline and the profession right next to each other to make the differences totally clear.
So let's really get down to it. What is the fundamental difference that separates the world of learning from the world of doing?
This table lays it all out pretty perfectly. Just look at the contrast and focus. The discipline is all about creating new knowledge and theories. The profession, it's all about applying that knowledge. The setting changes from a university or a research lab to industry and government. And the ultimate goal shifts too, from just advancing science to actually ensuring the safety and efficiency of society.
So, where does all this leave us? Well, to be a truly great modern engineer, you just can't have one without the other. It is all about bridging that gap between the theory you learn and the practice you'll do. And this is really the ultimate takeaway for you. You are studying a discipline that's built on this incredible rock-solid foundation of science, but you're preparing to enter a profession that at its heart is all about serving other people. A truly great engineer has to be a master of both. So as you keep moving forward, from being a student to becoming a professional, the real question becomes, what are you going to do with everything you've learned? Are you going to be a problem solver, a designer, or maybe even a true agent of change? That choice is going to be all yours.